Hi Stacy, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Have you been well since our last meeting? Have you been spending time with your family?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yep.
Every chance I get.
Have company operations been going pretty well since last time we spoke too?
Yeah, pretty good. Smoothly.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Today I wanted to get together just to sort of go back over some of the topics we went over in our first call, some of those issues you were having, see if there's any new ones, just kind of inquire about that, and then really see if my product from my supplier, Critter Quitter, would be able to resolve those issues, be able to help you guys out and solve some of those problems. So if it's all right, I'd love to jump back into a little recap and then progress for towards like learning more about my product.
Sure. Yep.
So the last time we spoke, you mentioned that some of the issues you're having have to do with competition of .com companies and their sort of efficiency, being able to place orders online, and how they can offer a lot of their products close to an at cost price, and how that pricing disparity can be sort of difficult, especially because the Florence Veterinary Hospital places a big emphasis on their staff, on their relationship building with their customer base. I know that your all's website is very customer oriented, ensuring that you all treat pets as well as a customer would want them to be treated. Those were some of the primary issues you were having, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. And have these issues still been kind of persevering, lingering?
Yes, the .com companies are always going to be probably our biggest challenge for them to be able to supply things a little bit cheaper. And then if people don't want to drive out to pick something up at our place, they can order there. Occasionally a pharmacy might be able to get things cheaper for them too, but our .coms are really our biggest threat.
Absolutely. We're seeing that with a lot of people these days. The .com companies really trying to put a little stress and pressure on in-person brick and mortar hospitals, stores, things like that. I want to ask you, are you experiencing any more issues that we didn't get to go over last time? Anything come up like that?
I wouldn't say anything new. It's still remained pretty constant with that being our competition, and just being able to give our people what they need at a more comfortable cost.
So if these issues we're going over right now, if they were to persevere, I know I asked this same question last time, but just to sort of reiterate, if they persevered, what would that look like in the long term for the Florence Veterinary Hospital?
It would be less money that we would be bringing in to support our employees and our equipment, all the things that it takes to run the veterinary hospital. So if we're not bringing in as much, we can't be as beneficial to our customers as well.
Absolutely. I do know, I read that you guys provide surgeries, treatment on dogs, different products, all those things. I'm sure there's a lot of expensive equipment involved in that. So these .com companies taking away from your income, that could definitely reduce the amount of services that you could provide for customers.
Yes.
So if we were able to, or if the Florence Veterinary Hospital was able to kind of solve these problems and no longer have to worry about some of the pressures that .com companies are placing on your brick and mortar veterinary hospital, what would it look like if those problems just disappeared?
It'd be wonderful. Everybody would be much happier and less stress, and we would be able to hire people when we really needed them because the money would be there for them, be able to get things repaired when machines would go down. We wouldn't have to worry as much about having the money to put into those investments.
Okay, so totally understand. After hearing all of that, I would love to sort of get into more my product specifically. Link it to whatever you may be looking for specifically in a flea and tick provider. So can I ask you, is there anything that is making you more hesitant about my product or something that you are concerned about?
Yes, as with many new items we bring in or suppliers. It's the unknown. We haven't done business with you long term. We haven't heard a whole lot about you. So it's always a risk on our part because this is something that we're going to be highly dependent on for our customers to like and to be safe for our customers. So it does put a little bit of stress on us and a little bit of worry because we're not real familiar with you and your company.
Well, I would love to show you. Actually, I brought something that may be able to put your mind at some ease. This is actually a pie chart of the current market share of flea and tick medicine across different providers. You can see there's different companies such as Pet Edge, Seresto, First Act Plus, NexGard, which I'm sure your hospital is very aware of and accompanied to. I'm sure you've used some of their products before. And then over here we have my supplier, Critter Quitter, which is at a 38% market share, which is more than any of these other companies. So while we aren't a big name brand, you don't see much advertising for our product, hear about it very often. This shows that we are a very dominant supplier in the flea and tick medicine area. And the reason why you probably haven't heard much about our name is that instead of allocating a lot of the money invested into our supplier, instead of using that for brand acknowledgement, advertising, name recognition, we put all of that money into research, development, testing to ensure we have a strong and quality product. And then Critter Quitter uses salespeople like me to go out, reach out to veterinary hospitals, stores, providers, and sort of communicate this value because we know that our name isn't out there a ton, and that's why I'm here to communicate this value. But as shown by this, I can assure you that we are widely used, widely trusted, and I believe that we would be a reliable product that you all could use for your customer base. Does that sound all right?
That looks good. That's very impressive.
And beyond that, I also brought this little demonstration with me. I know I haven't explained the very product specific nature of our flea and tick medicine. I know there's different topical applications, tablets, recurring treatments for flea and tick medicine. This just shows a little bit about how our product is specifically used. You pop on this cap here, and then you just spread a dog's coat, kind of using the flea and tick medicine to go down their spine, and then it goes close to their head, back down to the start of their tail. And it's a one application. You only use it one time, and that is meant to last them a very long time. We usually see about 6 months to a year with our flea and tick medicine. So reapplication every 6 to 12 months, depending on how anxious you may be about your pet's activity. If they're outdoors a lot, you may want to stick to that 6 months. If they're primarily an indoor dog, don't really go out much, then we can be looking more at that year mark.
Mm-hmm.
So are there any other concerns you might be having about Critter Quitter?
Just its safety, and we'll as with any product we get, the more we use and the more we see, we'll be happy with it. And your price, just want to be certain that we don't end up losing out on this over time, and that it's going to give us more back in the long run. Other vendors, sometimes they can throw different deals out there to give us a head up on the ball game. Yours so far looks like it's going to be longer lasting, so I'm hoping that, but we do have some concerns over that.
What I would like to tell you about our price, we do have a very competitive base price, but our big advantage comes when you order bulk quantities, which is a big reason why I wanted to reach out to you as part of a veterinary hospital. I know that you all must order tons of flea and tick medicine. You're treating several pets a day. several dozens, hundreds every week, and I know you need a large quantity. The benefit about Critter Quitter is the more you order, the better your price is. So the more you're ordering, the closer to an almost strictly at cost product you're going to receive. And that's really going to help you be competitive to those .com companies, because now not only do you have that price competition, you're very close to them in price, you also have that interpersonal connection with your customers that I know you all pride yourselves on.
Yes. Oh, that would be amazing if we could get almost an at price product.
So, do these benefits seem like they perfectly match up to the Florence Veterinary Hospital's needs?
It is what we always look for. Yes.
So I would love to go ahead and ask you for a sale. I'm not going to try and push a large quantity order on you. I would personally recommend we call it a trial order. It's about 10 boxes of flea and tick medicine. It's just about $80. We imagine it'll last you maybe a couple weeks. That way you can test it out on some of your customers' pets, see the sort of feedback you get from your customers, see how your doctors and the people applying the medicine feel about it, see if it is something that would fit into your operations, and then proceeding that, if you're satisfied with that order and that application process and trial period, then we can move on to a larger order. I can recommend different sizes for you if that's something you'd be interested in. But would you be interested in that trial sale?
I think a trial would be great. Yes. I
Okay.
think we're on board with doing a trial.
Awesome. Well, I can go ahead and email you after this meeting just a summary of everything we went over, and then a receipt for what that trial price would be. Like I said, roughly $80, and we can go ahead and move forward from that.
That sounds great.
All right. Well,
Okay.
It was awesome talking to you.
Thank you. Nice
Yep.
talking to you.
I'll follow up.
All right. Appreciate it.